YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, and you may notice that my voice sounds a little different in this one. I have a new headset, and I'm trying to get it all set up and adjusted, so if things aren't quite right, just leave some comments. I'm still kind of getting things set up. But yeah, it looks like we are back where we left off. Looks like Rome's doing a little rebelling, so we need to put down these guys real quick before they get a little bit out of control. Yeah, as you all know, we just recently starved Rome out in a siege, which was pretty sweet. Glad to get rid of these goons. I don't need to fight this on the battlefield. We're going to auto-resolve it. We should put an end to these guys. So some of you have wondered when this, when the full version of this patch is going to come out. It actually comes out in on September 16th. So it's not far, 4 days from now, and we should be into it. I'm pretty darn excited about it. Pretty sure it's going to be awesome, based on what we're seeing here. And I hope you all are excited about it too. The Veneti are really making pushes here. Looks like they're over there by the Daorsi. Yeah, we had recently just taken care of the Ardiaei as well. And we got some farms here. Some of you have been getting on to me for having so much food. That's a good point. I do have a lot of food. But it'll be alright. It'll be alright. So, I'm just going to set up a couple of buildings here with the money I have. If I have too much food, I can always change buildings. But it's nice to actually have a lot of food, because it'll help me be able to upgrade pretty much all the buildings I want. And again, if I have too much in the end, I'll just switch it, like switch some of the buildings. Alright, so I think that's probably all I'm going to take care of for this particular turn. I have this whole other army here in Apollonia. This is the sword army that I'd recently built up. I don't particularly have any wars going on right now, and part of me is considering just betraying Athens and Sparta, getting them out of the way so that I can completely control these provinces. Athens has got a lot of wealth. Would be pretty nice to add it to my own. It certainly wouldn't upset me. Let's see. I am going to try and get some more online battles played this weekend. So if you don't see any up just yet, just be patient. There'll be more coming. Of course, once it goes out of a beta phase into the regular rollout, it'll be a little easier for me to get those. Right now, I kind of get what I can. And it looks like we're going to be attacked by a Daorsi force. And it says that I can still win this, and I believe I can. I'm going to fight this on the battlefield. My troops are a little bit thrashed from having beaten back the Ardiaei, but I think we more than enough have the tools to take care of things here. Their Illyrian cav is none too good, and then I have companion cav for rear charges. And their Illyrian spearmen are not real great units, so not really expecting to see a stiff resistance out of the Daorsi here. It's going to be pretty sweet. Alright, so I got this tattered fleet out here that I don't even know if I'm going to bring ashore, because it's a grand total of 12 skirmishers. Not sure what good, if any, that's going to do me. And let's see, the Daorsi have deployed over here. They're going to attack me in the city. They don't have any skirmishers, which means that I ought to be able to pretty easily pike them out, no matter where they come from. Trying to think, so I could just it'll be really thin pike lines, but that's okay. Let's see, we can go from this building to this building. That'll keep them completely out of the capture point, and then I can always just put a couple more pikes back here. Got my hoplites. Let my slingers stick around here.
Citizen cavalry, swift melee cavalry.
Yeah, let's get all my cavalry actually
Melee cavalry
lined up over here and get ready to go out and around the enemy. Yeah, they really, I don't know what they think they're going to be able to do to get through my pikes here, because they don't have any skirmishers, and they're not going to be able to outflank. Like, taking pikes on it's kind of actually counterintuitive right now. On the open battlefield, you have a better chance against pikes because you can outflank them than you do in a cityscape, where you cannot outflank them. Now, that is unless you have a complete dominance of skirmishing If that's the case, then you can beat down pikes even in a cityscape. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. We're just gonna fast forward and let the Daorsi come on in. Again, I don't expect anything brilliant from these guys, but we'll see. Got my slingers standing back, right? And they're going to be opening fire now because the enemy spearmen are in range. I'll give you all some close-up views. I haven't gotten any of the last few battles because I was busy trying to micromanage them better. I actually noticed that I have to manage more things after this patch than I did before it, so a lot of people think that this patch kind of does away with micromanagement. I actually feel like it's the opposite. I feel like it actually makes it more difficult in some ways. Not in a bad way, though. I actually enjoy it. Just means that since the battles last longer, you have to keep paying attention as the battle grinds on. You don't get, like, instant knockouts. Here's all their spearmen trying to get to the town center. Alright, and then they've got the rest of their forces coming up. And my pikemen are going to hold these guys back just fine. I do want to let the rest of their forces get entirely engaged before I run my cav out. And it looks like we do have them pretty much entirely engaged. You can see that every now and then their guys can kind of make it through my sarissas, but for the most part they're going to get beat back and pushed back, and the deeper your ranks are with the phalanx, the better it is. Let us take these 3 hoplite units and actually come over here as well. Yeah, these hoplites are doing just fine. My slingers really can't even fire it a whole lot right now because their line of sight is obstructed.
Advance at speed! Citizen cavalry!
Let's get all of our cavalry out. Okay, let's see. Got the enemy Illyrian Cav General over here, and if we attack him, we might have some spears trying to reinforce him. He is fleeing back towards his own spearmen, so I'll just go around.
Citizen cavalry! Riders at the double!
Let's bring the hoplites over here. I'll take my general clear around the back. Alright, so looks like we've got, yeah, they're still very much fixed on the front of my phalanx, and that fight would actually go on for quite a while if I didn't do anything different, but we do have a pretty massive hammer and anvil strike coming up from my general here. The companion cav charge from the rear is going to be devastating, absolutely devastating. So you ask me why I never use rapid advance. It's because it makes your men exhausted almost immediately after it's finished. And so rapid advance would only, you would only want to use it in like kind of an absolute emergency, because with the fighting taking longer in this patch, it's definitely not going to help you to be exhausted. Now here I am going to go ahead and activate, well, let me get my guys clear of that routing unit so I can get a cleaner charge. I know it's fun to kill routing Illyrians, but come on guys, let's get in formation here. Patchy needs you to destructinate these guys over here entirely. Seriously though, forget about the spearmen, it's okay, I gave you an order. You can do it. That's a good boy. Alright, so we got all our men back together. I'm going to click an attack order. Got a trample charge inbound. Yeah, we're going to lay down a lot of these spearmen. Yeah, huge mass waiver from that.
Our general is under attack.
And my general is under attack. I'm going to have to retreat from this fight. We can pull back this way and try and get into these other Illyrian spearmen. My hoplites are now here to outflank the Illyrian spearmen.
The battle is turning in our favor.
It's going to be kind of hard to extricate my cavalry from this mess because there's a lot of enemy troops here.
Citizen cavalry!
Yeah, my hoplites getting this wrapped up. And yeah, it looks like all of these Illyrian spearmen are pretty much broken. My companion cav ran into these guys and are going to rout them too. They don't have enough morale to keep sticking around.
The enemy general is dead.
Alright, and I'm going to try and run down a bunch of these enemy units so that they don't just go quickly retrain.
Swift,
We're going to continue.
Macedon! Citizen cavalry!
Looks like we're going to need another unit back over here.
Your orders! Citizen cavalry!
Illyrian spearmen. This cav unit's really fast, the Sarissa cav. There's an Illyrian cav. I'll see if I can chase it down. It's hard to say whether or not I'll be able to catch it. Same thing here. I probably won't be able to catch that Illyrian cav. Let's get my slingers off fire at will.
Citizen cavalry!
Just trying to keep an eye on where these routing men are headed to so I get all of them.
Citizen cavalry! Sarissa cavalry!
Don't think I'm going to catch that Illyrian cav. The Sarissa cav is fast, but I'm not sure if I can catch it. They had a nice head start on me.
Cavalry! At your service! Companion cavalry! Forward! Citizen cavalry! Quickly now! Swift melee cavalry! For glory!
Alright. I think we've pretty much got all these guys run down for the most part. Just a few units left. I can go ahead and use second wind on my general, because he will have been exhausted after that trample charge.
Citizen cavalry!
Second wind is actually a super handy ability on shot cav, because it gives him the ability to do a trample charge and still not be exhausted. They can continue to impact the battle in a big way, which is always nice. Wow, I think they actually did catch that Illyrian cav. That's crazy. Sarissa cav is fast stuff.
Swift melee cavalry!
Okay, I don't see any more fleeing units over there. Just bring these guys this way. And I don't think... Yeah, right here. Yeah, it looks like the Illyrians are pretty much going to be entirely dead. Alright, yeah. Sorry for this bit. I know it's not always the most exciting thing, but always handy to finish off these armies. Like I said, I kind of hate that the auto-resolve can't just assume that you would do this, so that you don't necessarily have to do it yourself every time. But it's not a huge deal. Alright, good. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. So we ought to pretty much have destroyed the Illyrian army in its entirety here. Because I've got cav units running down every one of these. Yeah, and they're kind of all over the map. Looks like the guys split up a whole bunch. But I think they're all dead enough. Let's go ahead and quit this battle. I think that'll be good. Yeah, it's possible maybe those two Illyrian cav get away, but it looks like none of the infantry is going to make it. Alright. So, yeah, it's going to be the Daorsi's probably one of their main forces. I don't know if they have others. I haven't gotten to scout them out yet. So let's see, our hidden agent was exposed. Rome is still kind of ticked off. It's probably because we're converting from Latin culture. Yeah, so we're getting penalties from the Latin culture that's here. We need to just embed this army into one of the cities. That'll slow things down, and then as the culture converts and the public order rises, it should help solidify things. And we can help further that by upgrading that town center there. And then I've got this agent who's spreading our cultural influence, so that's a big piece of it. And let's see. Let's go ahead and take this army that I was going to use. I don't know if I was going to use this to help reinforce in Rome or what, but Let's go ahead and get ready to take down the Daorsi at Epidomnos. And that should take care of them. Don't want to, well, I mean, I might want to upgrade those buildings. I'm not sure what all I want to upgrade right now. I have some extra money. Since I have so much extra food, it's probably going to be good for me to just go ahead and upgrade town centers, because you get a nice return on those. Because they actually drive public order up now, which kind of makes sense. Like, you don't get a squalor from it. I guess, like, upgrading your city and its infrastructure will actually keep public order in check. It just requires more food.
And you
that kind of makes sense.
Have much that we would find desirable. So, are we to have trade?
I could trade with the Arverni, but they're at war with a lot of people. And I'm not sure that that helps me if I have relations with the Arverni. Yeah, I don't know that it's really going to help me a whole lot. I mean, maybe I should just take it. I don't know. I just don't see it as a huge benefit to me at the moment. I don't want to necessarily start trading with them and then possibly get some kind of cultural aversion, or whatever you call it. Not cultural aversion, but some dislike towards my faction because I'm friendly with a faction that so many others hate. The Veneti also want an agreement, but I'm not going to give them that. Let's see. This army is going to be better for sieging because it has swordsmen and plenty of archers. Of course, there's really no need to carry this siege out because we're going to beat these guys quite badly. Their garrison force is no match for what I had there. And let's just tear down these buildings, put in buildings of our own designation here. I have plenty of farms for now, but I can't build any. I'll just put one farm in this province, and then we'll go with the gathering place. And then I'll do a harbor here for a trade port. That's going to be most of my funds for this turn. Okay, public order looks like it's turning around in Rome finally. Oh, it's because there's another Latin rebel army over here in Riminum. And if I go attack them, then it's going to get ugly even quicker. I might actually let that go for just one more turn. I don't have enough money to expand that city on this particular turn. So let's just take care of our upgrades and go ahead and end one more turn. Need to keep working on my economy and getting it up higher. Melee tanks and barbarian tribes. Melee defense for all infantry. It's not bad. Strategist there. So it looks like we've upgraded all of his ability to train military troops, so the last thing that we can give him here is strength, and that'll make him a little better at coercing enemy agents. And it looks like this is him here. I want to put him in this sword army.
Your greaves are a disgrace, Commander.
Or it may not be the one I was thinking of, but it's a champion, and I want him in that army. Let's see here. See what goes down next. What are the Arverni doing sailing around down here? Kind of weird. And then it seemed like Cyprus had a fleet sailing right up to my port. I don't know if they're on some kind of like trade mission or what. Looks like Athens has a pretty large fleet. Either that or they're sending an army over to Asia Minor. Let's see. Peace between Sardes and... Let's see. So we can expand here. I've already got a library. Aqueduct is not going to be super helpful to me right now. I could build just an outskirts here so we can do some more industrial. Let's see. And the public order in this province just can't seem to get ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just trespass on the Veneti and get ready to take these guys out. Go ahead and get them out of the way. It'll probably just help in the end, it'll end up helping the public order here. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this library as well. And let's see, this sword army is actually entirely retrained, and we can go ahead and march towards the Otter.
None will escape.
And I don't see any more Daorsi troops in the vicinity. I don't think they've captured anything else at the moment. Oh, there's my spy. I forgot I had them up here spying on Patavium. And I think the Veneti are going to be pretty easy pickings too, and that's kind of why I want to go ahead and pick on them. Looks like the hard difficulty is kind of a nice balance here.
And you doubtless have
of course,
much that we
I don't know
would
if you all
find
know this or not,
desirable.
but the game is actually balanced on the normal difficulty, meaning that the AI doesn't get any particular buffs beyond anything that's been just programmed into the game as of normal. It's when you put it on the hard difficulty that starts to kick in. I think both in the battle and
My
for the
people wish to
campaign
offer you
economy
this
for the
gift.
AI. So yeah, but on the hard difficulty, it looks like it's still, at least for me, it's relatively easy in this campaign. So when I do the Roman, well, I guess I think I've announced this to you all. I was going to do the Octavian campaign when it comes out, and I suppose I could just try it on very hard and see how that plays out in this patch. And the last patch, very hard, was a nice challenge. So we'll give that a shot. Let's go ahead and fight this battle, and that'll be the end of this video, I believe. We'll see how these thorax swords do in action. Ought to do pretty good versus anything here. And then my archers ought to fairly easily cut down their slave javelinmen. Those guys don't have particularly good shields. Peltist units with good armor and good shields will last quite a bit longer versus archers and actually be able to still move forward with relatively few losses. I don't know that you're royal thorax swordsman, but it's always good for you to think big. Let's take these guys here. Got plenty of Thessalian cav too. I'm going to bring them from this direction. Okay, let's start the battle. I'm going to bring these swords up over here.
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
Alright. There's some ships coming ashore right here. Looks like some javelin men hopping off, so I'll make sure and take them out with my Thessalian cav.
General, as you command.
Alright. Let's get in here and take out some raiders getting up that ship. There they are. Slave javelin men are still disembarking, which means that they'll be a perfect, easy target here in just a moment.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
I like watching these guys get charged. Shot cavalry charges on unit cam are probably the best. Alright, so those guys are going to be dead, just like Apache likes them. Apache prefers his enemies dead, just in case you all hadn't noticed already. Those guys still think they're royal thorax swords. Like I said, if they want to go ahead and fight like they are, it wouldn't bother me. Okay, my archers are now in range. There's no need for me to sit around and just shoot these guys to death, though. I can go ahead and attack. My swordsmen ought to do quite well here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Move up my swordsmen. I almost think we could probably punch through these thin spread Illyrian tribesmen. I'm going to try it. See if we can use the diamond formation to any good effect. Let's watch what happens here. Looks like my guys kind of split a hole through the Illyrian spearmen. They're still having a hard time pushing through though, because their guys were braced regardless. It'd probably be better if I would have done it one unit at a time, or maybe I should have just stayed spread out. The diamond may not actually be the best for what I was trying to do there. Looks like these guys got hung up here.
Battle is turning in our favor.
And let's check on our swordsman over here. Got engaged by some Illyrian hoplites and Illyrian levies. I don't think that they're any serious threat. I'm going to take these Thessalian cab out of diamond formation, and let's just keep moving everything up. What did I get a hold of here? bunch of skirmishers with my Thessalian cav. Let's see if we can go all the way into the back of these Illyrian levies. Just destroy them, because they're pinned up against my Thorax swordsman. And then I've got this citizen cav here too. We'll just bring it in. Kind of complete the utter destruction here. Right in front of the outhouses, no doubt. If anybody has to take a crap before you die, get it done. Nice. So, yeah, the Daorsi really never had a chance there, and they did get utterly wiped out. It says there's still one unit out here, but it looks like they're going to rout as well. Yeah, they were definitely not equipped for that fight, so I didn't expect that one to be anything difficult. That is all the time I have for this particular episode. I'm just going to hop out of here and get this saved. Hope you all enjoyed it. This one was probably not packed with extremely difficult battles, at least. But I guess we could have some coming up. I guess I'm not sure where I want to expand to next. Obviously, I'm going to finish off the Veneti. Tell me what you all think about betraying Athens and Sparta. Let me know if you'd rather me keep them as allies and see how it plays out in this patch, or if you'd rather me betray them and take their lands. So, yeah, just leave some comments about that, and we'll kind of just get a feel for what you all want me to do, and I'll go from there. Heir of Carthage, signing off for now.